That was funny, man. Damn. Hit that like button now, man. Please, man, before I lose my shit. Cause they already on some bullshit, man. Seriously. She drink what's in that cup, Dana?
Water.
Shit. I ain't never seen no red cup with no water in it.
I don't live here. I don't do dishes. It's water.
All right.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Right. Shit like that. Shit like
Let
that.
Let me ask this question. Hold on. Let me find it. You ever come to panels like ours? You ever watch other panels? You ever watch talk shows? It's never the people on the panel. You know? It's never the people on the panel. They the outliers. It's always their friends that's doing it. Why are these panels always full of the exceptions? Why are the women on the panels never the hoes that we talking about? Why are the men never the beta men we discuss? How the fuck do all these panel shows get all these exceptions? Huh? When I had to show them last week who the hoes was, I ain't say nothing. But how, love? How are you the exception? How can you turn off your lack of decorum here and turn on all that beautiful quote unquote femininity when you're outside? How? Yeah. How are we always the exceptions, love? Break that down for me.
Well, one is that we are multifaceted, and no person should be, and I'll say majority of people are not just one dynamic. Like, I believe that we as human beings are very dynamic and we are multifaceted. So you may not have all your ways for a man as a beta, but you may exhibit beta tendencies in certain situations. Does that make you a full beta? You got tendencies. And the contrary, for a woman, she may have had sex outside of marriage, and that can be considered a hoe, or she may have had sex with a couple different dudes in her lifetime. That doesn't make her a hoe. That means she's exhibited behaviors that may have been deemed whorish, but that does not make her a hoe. And so that's why, and then y'all always come up here, not y'all, but I'm just saying, people always use the worst case scenario. No one's going to classify themselves as the worst case scenario. Why all y'all do is just whore around all the time. No one whores around all the time unless they're a prostitute. So you got to be careful what you ask and how you ask. You know what? You're rude and you're disrespectful. I'm going on mute.
Damn, I got my bad. What? I ain't say nothing. I'm just so tired of eating salad, man. Dana.
I thought I was very clear. Was I not clear, sis? Was I not clear? Sis, tell me. I trust your opinion. Was that clear, sis, or no?
You were clear.
Thank you.
What'd she say, sis?
She was clear.
Wow.
You was clear, love.
Now look at the people that asked you.
Hey, girl.
That answered to say you was clear though. Sis, don't be paying attention. And Miss Nate answers tell her story every day.
I'll ask Doc. I respect.
Listen, I can reiterate what she said, but go ahead.
Doc been tiptoeing and hopscotching all night already.
Everybody.
She just said for beta people, but beta men doesn't make them a beta. They have beta tendencies. That doesn't mean that they're full on beta. And women that are hoes, just because you may sleep with one person or outside of marriage or three people does not make you a hoe. You may have hoe tendencies. That doesn't mean you're a full on hoe. See, look at you fall asleep. That's what you did with her. So that means that you understood what she said. Because I reiterated again. You understood.
Dana.
Yeah.
Listen to that shit Nate talking about. Why we don't never get the hoes on the panel? Why is this always the outliers? Why are we not get the women? Like, how do y'all friend groups don't have no hoes in them? Why is it always, how do we get all these exceptions on these panels?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. One, I don't think that people are entirely honest when they come on the shows. And so, because nobody wants to be judged, right? Because you can say what you want in your circle of friends or your network or whatever, and you know it's a safe space. This is not a safe space. Panels, shows, you said talk shows, none of that is a safe space. So people aren't going to be their true and authentic selves all the time, I don't think. That's one. Two, Love did make a very good point. People ain't hoeing like all the time. It's not that many hoes as y'all think that there are, for real. I just don't think so. And the people who are, they associate with one another. I don't think that there are a whole lot of people who don't subscribe to that type of lifestyle who have hoe friends. I think that's a very, it's the old adage, birds of a feather flock together. I don't fuck with hoes because I ain't a hoe.
Can I say something? I remember one time on the Wednesday night, Mary said there's levels to being a hoe. There's like different types of levels. So I think maybe that's what it is.
Earlier. That's what I was thinking of earlier. It was Mary who said that.
Yes, it was Mary. She's talking about there's different levels to hoe. It's like a 1 level and it goes up to a 5. So it can vary. Maybe it's just, different, as Asia said. You have hoe tendencies. Does it make you a full-on hoe? Maybe that's a 5.
I think that's bullshit. That's like being in a situationship. Do we go together or nah? Are you a hoe or nah? There's no gray area. It's black or white. It's up or down. It's left or right.
Who's defining a hoe though, Dana?
Yeah, it's the guys that be defining hoes, pretty much.
Okay, define it.
Well, I said guys, you define it. So a guy would define what a hoe is, right?
Define it.
Define it. She was a self-proclaimed hoe. We don't know. I'm not.
Doc, how you define a hoe?
To me, a hoe is somebody who has multiple partners on a regular, consistent basis.
Okay. So do you believe that you can have hoe tendencies and you may have done some hoe actions? Okay. Yes. I think everybody had a hoe phase. I ain't gonna lie.
No, keep it real.
But a full-fledged hoe would be somebody what I just quantified. Multiple partners.
What those numbers look like? So in 3 months, how many partners does a hoe have in 3 months?
I'm counting.
I'm not. Well, yeah. So you got next level hoeing, but like an average hoe, like most of the women that you know.
Average hoe, 1 man a month.
It's getting a little bit more spooky now. I see sis face change. I see Nathan. Really got no chapstick on. She said, and Dana. Now I know Dana. When she keep her face too straight and don't react, she thinking like, damn, okay, so Steve, John.
Because she doing the math. I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah.
She's chilling. She's cooling. She's not counting anything. She's reading the comments.
So is everyone gonna sit here and say they never had like hoe activities?
I can probably
like you never did. No
hoe shit. No.
Nah.
Nobody had a hoe phase? Or what you would consider a hoe phase?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well,
Stop the cap.
Doc, what you say?
I said it is what it is.
Oh, so you did. So today's question, you said it is what it is. Mean you did or no?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It was what it was when it was.
Love, how about you? Did you have a whole phase?
I asked the question. What are you talking about?
No, you asked Doc. I'm asking you. Did you have a whole phase? You didn't answer. You was on mute.
No.
I think everybody needs a whole phase in their life because otherwise you're not going to know what's good. You're really not going to know what's truly good. And that's just that's my point of view. Okay. Nobody else's.
So one different man a month, Doc?
Yeah, I never do that.
No. But what I'm saying is that he said average. I was just going.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. But I think that if you don't allow yourself to experience different, because I'm heterosexual, so I'm going to say if you don't allow yourself to experience different men, you won't really know what's really good. Yeah, and what you like.
Bodies.
Let me read the super chat. Thank you, KP from KC5 for the $4.99 super chat. Partially hoeing is new to me. Can you be partially a crackhead? 304s have overrun the market. You can be a Thank you, Chuckwu Igwe for the 199 super chat. Ho equals short-term / low investment mating strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, KP, for the 199 again. Thank you. The whole the whole audacity of this conversation.
Nay. So you were saying that one. Sorry, I'm trying to eat. Were you saying at one point you was catching
Bodies!
I guess you could probably say that, yeah. But mine wasn't like 2 and 3 or 4. Like maybe like 1 a year, maybe 2 a year. I've done that.
Are you
Stop the cap.
Listen, huh? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I ain't say nothing.
Stop the cap.
No, like college, once I started doing it.
Stop the cap.
But I'm not capping.
Stop the cap.
Once I started doing my thing in college, and it was like, okay, that's how I felt like I had some worth. Stupid, but
So it's 1 or 2 a month or 1 or 2 a year?
No, definitely not 1 or 2 a month. I always had like a boyfriend or I had a situationship. So it was like somebody I would deal with for like months.
Stop the cap.
That's not a whole phase. Now you're in relationships. What are you talking about?
But even if it's a situationship, they ain't no damn relationship. That's just me giving you some, and I'm thinking I'm getting more out of the ordeal than I really am.
How you say relationships?
I had relationships, and then I actually had a situationship. I had a damn situationship for 20 years, so I did that too.
Damn. So is this a qualification for hoeing? If you smashing a man with no intention?
Well, I had intention, but my intention was I think I'm gonna be wifed up. Yeah, I guess it depends on what he's looking at as a whole. If he thinking as a whole, then that could be why I wasn't wifed up. Maybe that's how he saw me. I don't think that, but
I wouldn't call that a hoe. I would call that's not a hoe, Nate. I think that it was foolish because you were younger, didn't know. So that was foolish. I wouldn't call it a hoe. You had intentions on being with this man and wanted him to be with you and be with each other, and you gave your body thinking he was going to acquiesce. That's not a hoe. That is, just being young and dumb. That's all. Thank you, 11 Drogbino for $4.99 super chat. This is why I will never get a solution. Women are too confident in their lies. I'm not sure what that means.
Why did you just pawn it off? Why did you give so much talking about young and dumb? If you a hoe, you could still be young, dumb, and a hoe.
No, what I'm saying is that's not a hoe ham. She had intention. She just said she had intention. Her intention was to make him hers, or for them to be in a relationship and get married.
For 20 years?
No, yeah, because I was the best friend. Best first situationship.
You define a hoe.
That's why I said like him. It's more of like what the guy would say a hoe is, because y'all gonna look at it differently than us. Y'all don't want to call
for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't young and dumb. She's old as fuck at year 20.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say 20 years, so just now, honest to God.
No, I did. Like 20 years of going back and forth. Like he'd have somebody, I might mess with him when he got somebody. I did that. I listen. I ain't gonna lie. No capping for me.
Okay. So none of y'all had a whole phase, right? It's just Doc and Nay.
What's a whole phase, Doc?
Fucking niggas with no intention. You gave some nigga some pussy after a party or something. You ain't even know his last name.
That's a whole phase?
Yeah, I didn't do that.
But him and then the other nigga too.
I did that. That's not a whole phase though.
Yeah, really tell me what a whole phase is. Is that months?
Okay, now we getting down to it.
My
Hold on a
intention
second. now we starting.
So what do y'all call it? I'm just asking out of curiosity.
Being single.
Yeah, what do y'all call it?
Sexual liberation? That's sexual
I call it being
liberation.
Wow. Doc, don't let them slide with that shit, Doc.
I'm just saying that's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, that's what they might call. I'm gonna say that's a whole phase. Maybe y'all think it's sexual liberation.
You're single. You're being single.
Yeah, I think that when people were talking about whole phase, like it's intentional, kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna have a hot girl summer. That's the term, right? So I'm going to be intentional about being reckless. I'm going to be intentional about experiencing things and having fun and just throwing caution to the wind. That to me,
Bodies!
that to me describes more of a whole phase.
Well, let me
not
ask you a
just
question.
what.
Your daughter come home, Ma, I fucked this nigga, but I don't know his last name. How does that look when you hear that shit?
It's reckless.
How does that resonate to you? Keep it real.
It's reckless. Absolutely. Is that a whole phase? Was that? It's not a whole phase.
She's hoeing though.
All right.
Yeah, it's starting to. I see it sinking in.
You
I
can't-
don't call it a phase. It happened.
Keep it real. Keep it real, love.
I am. I'm answering your question. My daughter came home and said, "Mom, I had sex with a man. I didn't know his last name." That's not a phase. You had that one moment, and I'm gonna make sure it's not a phase. I'm gonna sit there and tell you don't do that crap again. And these are ramifications of if you do it and continue to do this. So it's not a phase. She had a whole moment. She had a whole moment, and I'm gonna stop it so it doesn't become a phase. Because phase is in a short time.
Okay, if you told everybody that story, what would they call your daughter?
Men would probably call her a hoe. Men would probably call her a hoe. Yes.
The women that wouldn't call her a hoe is the women that done it before. So what happens with a lot of people in general, I will say this, is when they've experienced something or they're going through something, it's very hard for them to admit said thing is wrong or not right, because people for some reason they can't be real with themselves.
Okay.
So how many times does it take for you to fuck a nigga you don't know his last name for you not to be qualified as a hoe? Why does it take more than one time?
No,
it takes more than one time. I agree with Love on that one. Now, if it's a moment, it's a moment. It's isolated situation. I think it's the habitual practice of it. That
Doc, look me in the eyes, Doc. I'm not fucking around today.
I'm not either.
Dana said earlier. Hold on, let me point in this nigga face. Dana said earlier that women are so goddamn smart.
Mm-hmm.
But you fucking nigga, you don't know his last name and you know what the implications are. Mm-hmm. You saying you don't qualify? Why y'all talking about young and dumb and you got these moments? But y'all always brag about y'all mature faster than us, y'all smarter than us, y'all the most enrolled, yada yada yada. But you give a nigga some pussy with no fucking ties to him and you don't know his last name. You want to pass now?
No.
Or was Dana right?
No, what I said is I agreed with Love when she was speaking to it being a moment versus a phase. I think all of us are stating phase is habitual. It's over a period of time. It's not an isolated. That's why I'm quantifying the term phase. Now, to your question, him. If Love came to me and she said, my daughter told me this, that, and the third, and this what jumped off in my head, because I already said what I said, and I'm gonna stand on what I said. Yeah, that's some whole stuff. Now, I'm not gonna call that woman's daughter out like that. I don't know what I say on that last show. I don't know Love like that, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell that woman that. If that was my daughter, I'm gonna tell her straight up that was some whole shit. But that's how I talk.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Shit like that. Talk to my kids. I don't play no games with my kids. I'm straight up. What y'all see and what y'all getting here is how I am in my home.
Okay.
I like that. That was some whole shit that you did. But does that make you a hoe? Like you make stupid decisions?
No, it doesn't make you a hoe though. It doesn't. Right, but that's what I'm saying.
You had a lapse in judgment.
If I go out here and delete somebody, am I a murderer?
That's an extreme example.
That's totally
if you make a stupid decision, does that make you a stupid person?
If a man is in a moment with a woman and she says no and he keeps going, is he a rapist?
But also an extreme example.
Yeah.
Why? That doesn't happen? We just had a whole Me Too movement.
I didn't say it doesn't happen. I said it's an extreme example. If someone makes a stupid decision, does that make them a stupid person?
If a man can't stop himself, which happens a lot, right?
Can you answer
and if
my
woman
question?
says, Does no mean no?
Yes.
Okay, and if he doesn't stop, does that make him a rapist? Yes or no?
A rapist?
Yes.
You can't say the R word. You can't say the R word, Dana.
We usually do. I'm just trying not to
great.
say it too much.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. I'm not trying to
Yes,
say it too much.
yes,
I'm
it
saying
does.
over and over.
Yes, it does. Now, if
So,
somebody makes a stupid decision, does that make them a stupid person?
What you mean? She got in the car, went home with him, took her pants off, took her panties off, didn't the condom, she threw it to the side, and she had sex with him.
You're talking about that. I'm talking about something completely different.
What
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about?
something unrelated to sex. If somebody just makes a stupid decision, what I don't know, on the job or whatever.
They made a mistake.
So that doesn't make them a stupid person. That makes them.
They made a. I understand mistakes, but if you made a conscious decision to have sex with a nigga, and it was what's the consensual, and you didn't know his last name, you're not a hoe.
Decision.
It could be a mistake still, though. Like it could be
still a mistake.
terrible. You're like, damn, that was a mistake. You know.
So if
No,
you know
you
his
wish-
last name, then you're not a hoe because you know his last name.
You wish you never did it, sis. That don't make it a mistake. You just regret it.
That's exactly what it is. It is a mistake if you.
Sis, what if he knocked your walls loose? Is it the same mistake?
Well, that's a different conversation.
See, y'all better stop playing with
Maybe, because maybe he don't got no.
Hold on, sis. Let me read the super chat. Maybe you'll forget the dumb shit you about to say by the time I'm done. Give me a second. Drabino with the $5.
I read
This
that
is
one already.
why. Say what?
I read that one already.
Oh, my bad. Unpopular truth in a number.
Shit like that.
Thank you, my
Shit like
G.
that. Shit like that.
You did a good job today too on the other show. Double R Films with the $5. Nate was about to say some crazy shit till she realized she was on an island up there. Good job with reading the room, Nate. Marcus was popping with the $5. My brother Hint. This is why we as men can't have an honest conversation because of this nonsense like this. They know what a hoe is, bro. Hey, Marcus, I think you're right, my G. Carl Smith with the $2. All of those one night stands add up to a whole phase. Real shit. Savage with the $2. If you slept with 10 people and never married. Okay. Savage, that's a pretty clean definition. Chef, what's popping? Women sling deli meat till it turned to chopped cheese. Wild Wisdom was good with the $10. Doc, you said you had 300 men in a 15-year period. Was that hoe-ish or a whole moment? What
No,
you
that's
tell
not-
your daughter about that?
And she knows. I don't play. Listen, how many times I keep trying to tell you people, I don't have anything to hide. I am cool with me and mine, and me and mine are cool with me. So what I said is, for me, it was what it was, right? And I don't keep beating a dead horse. I'm trying to tell y'all something now. I said what I said, but with regards to, again, isolated pockets in that moment, were you being hoish? Yeah, somebody could say yes, but I wouldn't say you was in a phase or a season or nothing. It was an isolated bloop, and it was an isolated shit in the toilet, and you flushed it and you moved on. Like, sweet Jesus on high. I don't know what else to say.
So isolated,
Nothing to do with this.
bloop in the toilet.
Bloop in the toilet. God.
Jason Jameson, welcome, bro, with the $2. Prostitutes don't. Prostitutes don't know their John's names either. He just drawing a correlation. Hold on. Savage with the $5. How many men does a man have to sleep with to be gay?
More than one.
The fuck out of here. Sis, logical, please.
Just the one, just the thought.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Thank
shit
you,
like that,
sis.
shit like
Jesus
that.
Christ, man. Lee Droid, appreciate you. I don't know what it said, though. You got to put it in the chat. Portia was popping with the $10. Ho, women whom lack values of self and self-respect. A woman who takes their reputation for granted by operating with the ideology that there's a second chance. Y'all only get one reputation. Uphold it with honor.
And that's why the ladies are saying if it's a bloop in the toilet, who knows their reputation? Their reputation hasn't been tainted. Their name hasn't been, defamed in any sort of kind of way.
I hear you talking, Doc.
I'm just saying.
Can you guarantee that? Can you guarantee that?
Ladies, transparent moment. Because we've all had a bloop in the toilet. We've already established this tonight. Was your name defamed or your reputation shamed in any form or fashion?
That I know of? No.
That you know of. Yes, ma'am.
I got a good name.
Yeah, I'm solid.
And this is my point.
Doc, what are you talking about, Doc?
My point.
Do you think Dana just defined to us why people are disingenuous on these panels? So what make you think when you ask that question, their answer were any different from what the norm is on these panels? Why would they say otherwise? You the only nigga I ever heard be honest about this subject.
And the thing is, you will
hold on, Doc. Watch this. Love.
Right.
How many partners have you had, Love?
2.
You see what I mean, Doc? YouTube removes her every time she say that bullshit. So you think she just gave you a real answer, Doc? My bad, Doc. I'm wilding. Go ahead. My fault.
No, you straight. Because I understand where you're coming from. But here's the thing, Hamp. You asked the question, why on panels we don't have real individuals speaking to these conversations. And the fact goes back to what I think Dana was the one that mentioned, because of the fact of the shame that's associated with it. A real one that's still living in it. See, I'm not living in it no more. Again, what I tell y'all, I'm refined. I've been blessed and delivered. So what I'm saying is, a real one, like current day, still living in it, doing it. No, they're not gonna come up here or nobody else's platform and have a conversation, because they're still in it. That's their truth in this moment. So no, you're not. And to piggyback off of that, and I can't remember who said this. Oh my God, I don't know if it was Sis or Nay, but somebody made the comment earlier that they don't roll with hoes. Shoot, it might have been Dana. I can't. And you're right. I don't affiliate myself.
Put him in the front.
If you listen, if you out here in these streets and you doing what you doing, because I classify myself as the married single woman. And what I mean, let me define that, because I already know people out there coming in on me. I'm a married single woman because my husband is comfortable with me. He trusts me. He know when I go out here, if I'm hanging with these ladies up here, we're going to go out, have a good time. What I say, we're going to go back, girls, what we say, girls trip. We're going to go back to the room and we're going to sleep and we're going to start all over the next day. Ain't no sex, ain't no freaking, ain't no sneaky links, ain't none of stupid shit involved.
Stop the cap.
No, it ain't no cap. Okay, this ain't nothing but throw the gavel down. Bap, bap, bap. So that's where I'm coming from. Okay.
Why would you have to be single to go back to the room and go to bed? Why
No.
Change your classification at that point?
Well, no, what I was saying is simply from the standpoint of if you are still living out there like that, I'm not going to affiliate myself with you, because if something go down in that room that ain't got shit to do with me, hell to the no. Go ahead on with yourself, because I don't roll like that, and I don't want to even be put in a predicament where somebody thinking that I'm down because you down. Hell no, take your ass on, you and your hoisms.
Right. This was him.
What's up?
There's no way. Okay. Somebody can have 200 to 300 bodies, and then somebody can have 5 to 20. and they're in the same category.
Sis.
Well,
That's the
Are
question.
there levels to it? Is that what you're asking?
Mary might have been right.
Mary,
out to
right? Think about
don't
what you
know.
just said.
Yes, but remember, Mary
Oh.
said there's levels.
Nay. Next time somebody need bail, I'll tell them to call you. Sister, leave me on
Whatever.
that now. Sis, hold on now.
I'm just thinking.
Who was right?
If that's what she said, she might be right.
Sis,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
And the fact that Nate said it earlier is based on a man's definition. Like,
gotcha.
Go ahead.
So now the authorities on this, sis, the process now. Nay, Mary. Those the authorities. Go ahead. Go ahead. You done now? You leave me the fuck alone, huh?
Wow.
God damn, man. Yo. Yeah, you could be like, yo, that's crazy. But I'm telling you, that comment Portia put, this is what I would relate to my daughters. With the ideology that there's a second chance. You only get one reputation. That resonated.
Wait, one reputation in one town.
Oh my God, yo.
Wow.
Sis, you never hung out with no hoes, sis?
I agree.
Yeah.
Your friend group ain't full of hoes.
Nope, one hoe ever hung out with. Yes, in high school.
Who?
Just Ayana.
That's a good one. I had to reject what's that one that never had her hair done? Oh fuck. Man. Damn, I can't remember her name. I had to reject her. Every single one of your friends. Sis, stop the cat, please. I got the DC. You sent me one of your friends. She ain't make it up the steps. Come on, sis. Don't play with me.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Stop it, man.
What is happening?
Are you sending him women?
Yo, CT.